Hi everyone, welcome to our video which is going to go over the Chapter 7b test review section of your booklet. So hopefully at this point you have completed this test review and you are referencing this video to go over the answers and for me to provide any tips for what you learned during this unit. Alright, let's start with number 1. Tell whether the given value of the variable is a solution of the inequality. X minus 7 is less than or equal to 5, and the question is telling us that the x value that we are testing is 12. So I'm going to put 12 in for x. And now let's see what happens. 12 minus 7 is 5. Rewrite everything else. Is 5 less than or equal to 5? Sure it is. Highlighted in green. This is a true statement. Yes. Number 2. 4a is greater than or equal to 36. I'm going to substitute the value of 8 into a for, I'm going to use parentheses when I substitute, greater than or equal to 36. 4 times 8 is 32. And is that value greater than or equal to 36? No. 32 is not bigger than 36. Number 3. 3m is less than 4, with the value of m being 1/3. Let's substitute 1/3 in for m. 3 times 1/3 is less than 4. 3 times 1/3 is just 1. You can figure that out by doing cross-canceling if we so choose. And 1 less than 4 is a true statement because 1 is less than 4. So yes, we have a true statement. All right, next section. Write an inequality represented by the graph. All right, number 4. We have a filled-in circle at 4, and our ray is pointing to the left. So x is going to be less than or equal to 4. Remember, that value 4 needs to be where our circle is located, and we know that it has to be a less than or equal to symbol because it's a filled-in circle pointed to the left. Number 5. We have an open circle at -3, and the arrow is pointing to the right. X is greater than -3. Number 6. We have a filled-in circle at 9, and the arrow is pointing to the right. X is greater than or equal to, that's a greater than symbol. I'll write it again a little bit neater. X is greater than, I don't know why it's fighting me to write this symbol, greater than or equal to, there we go, 9. Number 7. We have an open circle at 2, and the arrow is pointing to the left, so x is less than 2. Continuing on with number 8, this is a describe incorrect question. So they want us to correct the error in the graphing of the solution to p is less than or equal to 4. Well, looking at this number line, we have the circle at 4, which is good. Our arrow is heading to the left, which is good because it's a less than symbol. But I'm noticing the problem here is that we have an open circle, which is not the case. There should be a closed circle at 4. And if I want to go ahead and draw a correct solution to this, I'm going to make my number line. I'll draw some points. I will draw an open circle at 4. I'm making sure that I label these values. And an arrow pointing to the left. That looks much better. All right, number 9. Write an inequality to represent the situation, then graph the inequality. So, to ride an amusement park ride, you must be 48 inches tall or taller. So we're going to use the variable x for each of these questions. X, you must be 48 inches tall or taller. So greater than or equal to 48, because we can be 48 inches or any amount of inches larger than that, which would mean you're taller than 48, which is why we have greater than or equal to. And a number line to represent this situation. I'm going to put 48 right in the middle. Put a couple points to the left and right. 49, 50, 47, 46. I'm going to put a solid circle above 48. Greater than or equal to, we are heading to the right. Okay, number 10. A restaurant can hold at most 40 people, so no more than 40 people. X is less than or equal to 40, because the restaurant can hold 40 people, which is why we can have the equal to symbol, but it must be less than or equal to that 40. Our number line, I'm going to have 40 right in the middle, a couple points to the left and right, 41, 42, 39, 38, a nice filled in circle above 40, and this time our arrow is to the left. Oops. Okay. Number 11. To run for the President of the United States, you must be at least 35 years old. So you must be 35 years old or older. So you must be greater than or equal to 35 years old. Time for our number line. 35 right in the middle. Couple of values to the left and right. A nice filled in circle at 35. And greater than or equal to, we are pointing to the right. All right, moving on to the next page. Number 12. X plus 8 is less than 15. So I'm going to first solve the inequality. Remember, we're solving these inequalities just like we would any regular equation, using our inverse operation to isolate the variable. X plus 8 is less than 15. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. Oof, that is not a good looking 8. Subtract 8 from both sides. X is less than 7. Now I'm going to go ahead and graph the solution on the number line. So I'm going to put 7 in the middle. 8, 9, 10, 6, 5, 4. Going to put an open circle above 7 and an arrow to the left. Number 13. C minus 12 is greater than or equal to 38. The inverse of subtraction is addition, so I'm going to add 12 to both sides. C is greater than or equal to 50. And now to graph it, I'm going to put 50 right in the middle. 1, 52, 49, 48, 47. Going to put a nice open circle above 50 and realize it's greater than or equal to, so that circle must be filled in, and an arrow pointing to the right. Number 14, 4r is less than or equal to 30. 4r, that's multiplication, so we're going to use the inverse operation of division to divide both sides by 4. So r is less than or equal to. 4 does not go into 30 evenly. This actually comes out to be 7 1/2. Because 4 goes into 30 7 times with 2 left over, so it comes out to be 7 2/4, which simplifies to 7 1/2. So I'm going to put some numbers on my number line here, and I'm going to have to create a new place for 7 1/2. So I'm going to zoom in to do that. Going to make a line for 7 1/2 right there. Let's get a little bit closer to the middle. Good enough. 7 1/2. We're going to put a circle above that line. And we have a filled in circle pointing to the left. Number 15. D divided by 3, or D over 3, is greater than 16. The inverse of division is multiplication, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 3, which means these 3's are going to cancel out to be left with D is greater than 16 times 3 is 48. I'm going to put 48 on my number line. And a nice open circle above 48. And greater than means our arrow points to the right. Number 16. 63 plus W is greater than or equal to 120. The inverse of addition is subtraction, so I'm going to subtract 63 from both sides, which means W is greater than or equal to 57. Let's put 57 on our number line. 55 and 54. We're going to put an open circle above 57. That open circle is going to get filled in because it is greater than or equal to. And we are pointing to the right. Awesome. Number 17. A wheelbarrow can carry at most 400 pounds. Write and solve an inequality to find the greatest number of 50-pound bags of concrete that the wheelbarrow can carry. Don't mind my dog barking in the background. So, the wheelbarrow can carry at most 400 pounds, so no more than 400 pounds, and we are looking for the greatest number of 50-pound bags. So each bag is 50 pounds. So 50 times x, because we don't know how many bags we're talking about here that can fit in the wheelbarrow, has to be less than or equal to 400. It's got to be less than or equal to because the wheelbarrow can only handle 400 pounds. So to solve this, we are going to divide both sides by 50. So x is less than or equal to 400 divided by 50 is 8, which means the greatest number of 50-pound bags that this wheelbarrow can hold is 8, because it's less than or equal to 8. So the wheelbarrow can hold at most 8 bags of concrete. Number 9. A bookstore sells used paperbacks for $3.75 each. You receive a $2 discount. If you spend at least $30 in the store, write and solve an inequality that represents the least number of paperbacks you must buy in order to receive the discount. So this question can actually be a little tricky because it's offering a $2 discount. Now, yes, we want that discount, but the number $2 really has no impact on completing this question. So $3.75 each. When I see the word each, I'm thinking multiplication. So $3.75 times x, we're going to use that as our variable. And we are looking to see which inequality we need to represent the number of paperbacks we have to buy to get the discount. So remember, we want to spend at least $30. So we have to spend more than or equal to $30. To solve this, we're going to use our inverse operation of division. We're going to divide both sides by 375. When we do this, x is going to be greater than or equal to 8. So you must buy at least 8 books to get the discount. Last question, number 19. You're mailing a 42-pound item by parcel post. The total weight of an item and its packaging cannot be greater than 70 pounds. So I'm already sensing less than or equal to. Write and solve an inequality that represents the heaviest the packaging can be without exceeding the 70-pound weight limit. So our parcel can be 70 pounds, no more than that though. So our item is already 42 pounds. So we want to figure out how much more we can add on to be under that 70-pound limit. To solve this inequality, I'm going to use the inverse of addition, which is subtraction. Subtract 42 from both sides. So x is less than or equal to 28. So at most, the packaging can weigh 28 pounds. Awesome job. Hope you have a good grasp on all of the questions together at once on the review pages and feel confident about inequalities. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or any of your math teachers. Have a fantastic day.